impacting them through the projects all around the world. But our chapter specifically with SLU is we take the mission of EWB National, but also our St. Louis University mission, which is to basically the pursuit of truth and serving humanity through our education and through reaching out to others. So we love EWB because it meshes both of these together, and we can use what we're learning in our classroom, but also pursuing service for others. We are a relatively new group on campus. We were founded in 2011, but we didn't become chartered until last May, which is super exciting because now we're labeled as a student organization, so we can get some funding from the university, and we get recognition from the university, and it just makes things a lot easier. We can reserve rooms, we can have tabling to tell people about our club, and so we have currently 29 active student members, and most of them are freshmen, which is super exciting for us because the e-board is just transitioning, so now the freshmen will be able to take it over, and with our new project, see it through a lot of the work, see like completion. So yeah, that's very exciting. Our current e-board, I forgot to say, I'm the current vice president, and then Steven's the only other one here on the e-board, but Abbey was on the e-board last year. So.
Okay, so kind of what Leah said about how we're a new student organization, we really wanted, before we jump into our own project, to gain a lot of experience and knowledge. And we did that sort of in two ways. First, Leah actually shadowed the Missouri S&T chapter of EWB, which is a much larger chapter. They have pretty big projects in Guatemala going on, and she was able to learn from them, I think. And then we also partnered with the professional chapter in St. Louis, which is called the St. Louis the Gateway chapter. And we did a project in Comacala, Bolivia, which was a water distribution project. And it really worked in 3 phases: assessment, design, implementation. So I'll tell you a little bit about that process. Basically, like I said, it's a water distribution system. What we did is the first group of students went and assessed the land, actually talked to the community, worked with local engineers, because we do provide a lot of the engineering work and a lot of the funds for the project, but the community actually provided 10% of all of that, like the money for what it takes to build this, which makes it much more of a group effort instead of this is what we've done, either use it or like let it fall apart, which I am in favor of. And so then basically, after we went on the first assessment trip, they came back with all of the data, and a SLU senior design group came up with a basic idea for what they were going to do for the water distribution, because that's what they assessed the community is needing. So they pretty much here you see this is the layout of the land, where the water is naturally in the springs, the spring box, how they want to store and distribute the water. And then next we came back, worked on that, and then a year later from the first assessment trip, I was able to go to Bolivia, and we made sure of a few things. We made sure that, is this still what the community needs? We talked to everybody, met with the town leaders, met with the people that are there. Is this still what they need? Yes. Okay, what's in the water? We tested the water to make sure that it was clean enough, that we didn't need like some form of purification system. And then we also made sure, like one of the springs that we planned on using, there was like an earthquake and it wasn't going to work anymore. So we had to find some adjustments to make. So we had to do some careful planning. We only had 1 week to really make sure everything was going to work out. We were even able to meet with the local municipality, the government, to make sure that we were all going to be working together. And so then this summer, our chapter went back and we had water for the first time, which is really exciting. They implemented it in 2 weeks. A lot of the community members really helped in that process. And it was a lot of learning, a lot of hard work, and they got running water, which is really exciting in the whole point. So yeah, so that's what we've done in the past, and we want to use that experience to help other people in the future and really move forward from that and keep the momentum going. So
So moving on now, we're looking to a new project over in Kapenguria, Kenya. We are kind of looking again to deal with water, not so much distribution as purification and finding a way to sustainably provide them water that they can drink and use. Our new community is going to be the Esther House. The Esther House is actually an orphanage named after a little girl that came over here to the U.S. in 2009. She was diagnosed with cancer and came over, got treatment, ended up going back to Kenya, and then last year, well, I guess 2 years ago now, in 2015, she came back again. She had gotten cancer again, and she was in 4th grade at that time. Made it through the end of the year, then had heart issues due to the chemotherapy, and passed away last August. So the orphanage now bears her name, and she was here in Webster Groves, and the parents of her class were very moved by her and are now reaching out to this orphanage, to that community, and they've reached out to us to kind of help work with them. So we're heading over there. Our first assessment trip is this summer. Our original plan was to go in May. Now it looks like we might not get to go until July. But we're going to go over, see what the water's like, see different ways, different possibilities for purifying or collecting water. As we go over, Get the Word Out is the organization that the parents, the mothers of this 4th grade class in Webster Groves has kind of sponsored, created. They've got a nice website. But they're working with the community, trying to raise funds, trying to help provide everything that the community needs. Water Mission is a non-governmental organization over in Uganda and Kenya. They are focused on providing clean, sustainable water to small communities. And then Engineers Without Borders, the Gateway chapter. We are still leaning on them somewhat, using their guidance, some of their professionals. And when we are not traveling, so here in St. Louis, we do a lot of local volunteering and then just talks like this or in smaller settings and big fairs. But one of our main focuses is with North Grand Neighborhood Services, just north of our campus. We go out with them anytime that SLU has an organized service day, or a couple other times each semester. We go out, help them kind of reform rundown buildings and rent them out to poor families. Make a Difference Day, Child Service, those are 2 examples of those service days. And then the SLU Sustainability Fair at this week and the Public Health Fair are kind of the opportunities where we get to go out, we get to set up a table, set up a big presentation, and kind of talk to people as they come, let people know on campus, professionals from the area, who we are as an organization, what we're doing, how we plan to move forward.
Yeah, so looking forward, like Steven said, we're hoping to have our first assessment trip to go meet the community, actually assess their needs in this coming summer, and then we're hoping to have a senior design capstone design project do it for next year, and hopefully if Dr. Luna lets me, it could maybe be mine.
She's a junior.
But yeah, so that's kind of what we're
Senior.
doing. And just some acknowledgements, these are the people who Kim and Karen brought the project to us, Laura and Jamin, who are here, who are going to be partnering with us on the design aspect and just mentoring us, and then our awesome professors who are super helpful in getting us our word out there and helping us with the organization, and then Water Mission too, which will be a huge help in country. How you can help. We actually have a few fundraising events coming up. We're doing a murder mystery dinner where some of our team will be acting the murder mystery while we serve dinner on March 25th. So it's a lot of fun. This will be our 3rd annual year doing that. And then we also be selling Cardinals tickets. We have some in September, but the dates for this semester's tickets are still to be determined. But we're also looking for grant writers. As students, we don't have a ton of experience with grants, and I just finished writing one and got a lot of feedback from Dr. Luna and Dr. Adams, but other outside knowledge on grants would be awesome. just networking with other companies and who like support things like this, and sustainability planning, meaning like how to keep our club specifically sustainable, because we're all students, we cycle every 4 years, and so just being able to plan well so that the club is sustainable for the times when we're not there, and then also the projects that we will be doing, specifically first the Esther project, how we can make that project sustainable. And then management, just managing all of the different things that we're doing. Thank you so much for having us come and talk with you today, and if you feel so inclined, this is our support link. And we're sending a sign up around just so we can get you guys' names, but thank you so much for having us.
Awesome.
Oh, yes. I have these two just to fill out that show what we...
So as you can see, we have very young people here trying to do very big things. We've drawn amazing support, and the one that always comes first and is full is the technical support. So we have Laura and Jamie already.